Hey, what's going on, Inspirators? Thanks for popping in over here at the Inspirate channel once again. If you guys don't know me, my name is Tony Doyle, TonyDoyleInspires.com, and I appreciate you joining us here on the channel. Today we've got something real special for you. As you know, we try to provide you with an eclectic range of things to keep you inspired, motivated, and high vibe. One thing, especially at this time of year, but really any time that are things that we really have to deal with, is stress and managing stress. Of course, the best way is to get out ahead of it, but sometimes we find ourselves in the middle of it, whether it's a busy shopping season, a lot of traffic, those type of things. So if you struggle with stress or you know someone who does, stay tuned because we are going to address that on today's episode right here on the Inspirate channel. First and foremost, though, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell symbol. We'll give you notification every day when we upload new videos. And if you like it, please do give it a thumbs up, okay? It may seem corny, but it's actually important. YouTube uses it in the algorithm to suggest videos to like-minded folks. So it's an important way to spread the message. As always, the best way is to spread it directly, whether that is embedding that in an email, sending that through social media, messenger, text, etc. Please feel free to spread at will and help me get my subscriptions up. Certainly would appreciate that. All right, let's talk about it. This came out of a coaching call. As you can see, we just got done with the training here. I wanted to share this with you guys. We are talking about stress. Super stressful time of year as I'm recording this, but honestly, it is something that we all deal with on an ongoing basis, so it's important. So today I have 10 tips of managing stress in your life. All right. Now obviously there's way more, and if this is something that you struggle with ongoingly, I do suggest you get some additional one-on-one help. Whether that's with me, I would be glad to coach you, or there are plenty of other places to go. Go to a counselor, do something to help, but hopefully this will get you started. So top 10 tips that I would let you in on today. Like I said, this is not an all-inclusive list, but something to think about. So we're going to count down from 10 to 1 right now. And like I said, this is specific to the time of year, but it is also fairly broad because we deal with this on an ongoing basis. I know several of my clients do. Like I said, now, let me just start with saying the best way to do it is to get out ahead of it, pre-pave, right? I talk about it all the time. Get a structure in place, including a good morning routine, an exercise routine, healthy eating, those type of things, proper rest, positive affirmations, appreciation and positive aspects, a gratitude practice, meditation. All these things are super important as far as getting out ahead of it. Now, when you're in the thick of it, though, sometimes, and maybe you haven't done all of these tactics, didn't feel like you had time, so you skipped some of them. So let's talk about some of these other things that you can do. Number 10, from 10 to 1, 10 ways you can manage your stress. Number 10, I'm going to say, is avoid rushing, okay? Rushing always is stressful. Leave 10 minutes earlier than you need to. You never know what's going to happen, and obviously if you have an appointment or somewhere that you're trying to be by a certain time, that adds additional stress on you when any little thing might happen, right? So if you're 15 minutes early and a train comes and it seems to be particularly long, not a big deal. But if you're already 5 minutes late, obviously that's going to add additional stress, and you're going to start to be frustrated, honestly, for not much of a reason. So that's the first thing. So avoid rushing. Leave early if you need to. Plan plenty of time ahead of time. Number 9, accept that you may not be able to control the situation, but you can always choose your reaction to it, okay? We tell you guys all the time, things are going to happen out in life, okay? Even for master manifestors and everything else, things go on, and it's not about those things at all. It's always about your internal. It's about how you react to it. It's actually how you respond to it, because if you do the pre-pave and you have great ways of managing these things, and you've got your mindset to be able to realize that it is a choice how you react to that. So, or even better, like I said, just respond to it. You guys know I work with kids, and I actually teach a response mechanism where we go in, we pick out known triggers and red flags, and then we prescribe beforehand, right, appropriate coping strategies, distraction techniques, those type of things, okay? But the mindset piece of that is just accepting that you're not going to be able to control everything that goes on out there, but you can always control and change your own reaction or response to it, right? It's a choice. So that's number 9. Number 8, relax, okay? Relax your body. You can do stretching. We can do breathing exercises, and we talk about that a lot on this channel. I talked about meditation. You can do a 2 or 3 minute meditation to relax. Really, as short as 15 minutes will honestly take care of everything if you actually allow yourself to do that. Get out in nature. Definitely check out the rest of this channel, because we have tons and tons of videos to assist you in those type of things. But that's number 8, relax. Number 7, I'm going to say, is winding down, okay? So this is part of that pre-paving I was talking about, and actually, if you guys know about my morning routine, I always say how a good morning routine always actually starts the day before, right? So this is in winding down your day by engaging in calming activities before bedtime. Okay, and we do, once again, have plenty of videos on this, nighttime routines as well. But it's important for the next day, as it is to get a good night's sleep and those type of things. Allow your body to wind down. Allow your mind to wind down, and don't hold on to all those stressful things. All right, that's number 7. Number 6 tip for managing stress: develop a support system for yourself, okay? Talk issues out with your personal support system, whether that's family, friends, or like professional counselors and coaches, okay? It's important to build a tight support system where you can be completely honest, let people know what's going on, and it's people that you trust. When they say something, you're going to trust that, okay? Whether good or bad, it's important for us to air that out and then let it go, okay? Whatever our feelings are. So it's not that we want to harp on any kind of negative issue, but is that we want to go ahead and air that out to the universe so that we can let it go or let it be. And we do have other videos on that as well, so check those out. So that's number 6. So we are practically halfway through the list. In fact, we are. Number 10 was avoid rushing. Number 9 was accepting the fact that we don't control the things on the outside. Number 8 was to do some relaxation, stretching, breathing, meditating, get out into nature, those type of things. Have those planned throughout your day. Number 7 was remembering to wind down at the end of the day so you're not bringing all the crap from yesterday into today. And number 6 was develop a support system and use them, okay? And it doesn't matter. Like I said, it can be family, it can be friends, it can be professionals, whoever you trust, and however that works out, it's great. If you're really close to people in your family and that works for you, that's fine. I know a lot of folks who don't choose to go that route, and they would rather have maybe a stranger or someone who knows them on a professional level, and that's perfectly fine too, whatever works for you. All right. So we were down to number 5. We are counting down the top 10 ways to manage stress, or at least 10 top tips. Like I said, there are plenty of others. Number 5, I'm going to say this, and it may be counterintuitive, but I'm going to say the number 5 way to manage stress is to help others. All right? Helping others can keep us from blowing our problems out of proportion, okay? Because of the law of relativity. Don't want to get too spiritual on you because these are practical, but the law of relativity allows you to contrast your own situation and realize that everyone is going through something. And when we help other people, that allows us to put our own problem, which we may have anxiety about, we may have blown up, it allows us to put it in the proper context. So do that. Go help some other people, okay? Go to the homeless shelter. Go to the soup kitchen and feed those folks. Or just go out and start doing some kind acts, right? So that's number 5. Number 4. Number 4 suggestion for how to manage stress is to schedule difficult work for when you're rested and alert, okay? So don't necessarily wait to the end of the day to do a whole bunch of crap that you know is going to be frustrating, right? That is a good way. That's what we call a red flag, and that's a good way to trigger yourself into further stress, anxiety, those type of things, okay? So schedule those things out. Maybe after lunch is a good time. Whatever works for you. Maybe right in the morning. You know, I'm part of the 5 a.m. group, so I take 2 or 3 hours in the morning to get myself completely prepared. So by the time I hit those type of things, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. is a great time for me to knock out stressful situations. Things that would frustrate me later on in the day, at that time of day, will just breeze right by because I've pre-paved, I've prepared, right? I got out ahead of it. So that's number 4. Schedule those difficult times for a time when you know you can handle it better. All right, number 3 way to manage stress, anxiety, those type of things. Let me just switch the camera around over here. Number 3 way is to spend 15 or 20 minutes every day engaged in an activity that you find relaxing and or exciting, okay? So we talked a little bit about that with number 8 as far as relaxing, but this is a little bit different because that's an on-the-go, spur-of-the-moment thing. Number 3, what I'm talking about right now is scheduling 20 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes a day, an actual scheduled activity every single day that you automatically find relaxing or makes you happy, right? Gets you excited, something like that. Because what we're trying to do is replenish energy, okay? So what happens is when we're stressed out, our energy depletes, and then things start compounding, right? Frustration turns to anger really easily, those type of things. So by pre-planning a 20 or 30-minute activity where you can replenish that is a great way to manage your stress on a daily basis. All right, we're getting down to it. Number 2. Number two, and I'm sure you guys have heard this more than one time. But number two really is exercise. It really is. Science tells us time and time again, every single study. In fact, I've never seen a study posted to the contrary of this, but regular exercise is a great way to relax both your muscles, your mind, and improve your overall well-being. Once again, this may seem counterintuitive because you exercise, you seem fatigued. But honestly, that fatigue of your muscle is building, right? That's a building of muscle. It gets blood flowing. It gets energy flowing, okay? Exercise is a great way to blow off any stress or trouble you may have going into it. It's also a great way to prepave and prepare for things going on so that it doesn't affect you as much. Okay, so top tip, you guys know, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Literally, we're talking 10 or 15 minutes of some cardio or some lifting, and kind of switching that up day to day and keeping it fun is way more important than going to the gym for an hour straight. Okay, do something. All right, and the number one tip I'm going to share with you today: how to manage stress on a daily basis. And like I said, there are hundreds of great ways. I always suggest you guys find what works for you and stick with it. But add some of these in and see how these work as well. And like I said, if you have a really big issue with this stress turning into anxiety or going the opposite way into frustration and anger, please feel free to talk to a professional, whether that's myself or anyone you feel comfortable with. Number one way I'm going to say is, we're going to call it rehearse. Rehearse. I do this all the time. I was alluding to this earlier. Rehearse for stressful events, okay? By pre-planning and practicing what you're going to say in response, right? The things that you'll say, what will you do? When you're not in a stressful situation, it's much easier to clearly figure out what is a really good response. And then with practice, or even write it down, then it becomes much easier way. So instead of reacting out of anger or in a stressful situation, we can then respond a pre-rehearsed response, right? Once again, those distraction techniques, those coping strategies we know work for us, we have them already set up. I do this all the time in my job with kids at the foundation, and it is a great thing for all of us to do. Honestly, I have it for myself as well. I actually have a whole chart of triggers and red flags and what appropriate responses to those would be. So I suggest you do that as well. Now, this is just a quick video. I just wanted to get these things out. Like I said, as I record this, it is a super stressful time of year for folks, and I keep getting these things. Folks are anxious, stressed out, having to deal with extra family, crowded shopping time, traffic, all those things. Just remember, it's natural, okay? We are human beings, but there are things that we can definitely do to, first and foremost, get out ahead of any stressful situations. And secondly, when we're in them, there's definitely tips and strategies like the ones we shared today that will help you minimize your stress levels and let you be effective and productive in your day. Hopefully that's helpful. If you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so that you're updated when we upload every day. If you like this, please like it. It's really important. And as always, if you love it, share it out directly. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for your participation here on the NSPR8 channel and on Tony Doyle Inspires and on TDI Global Foundation. I appreciate all your support. I really do. I love you guys. And until tomorrow, I'm leaving you with peace, love, and inspiration. Peace out.